Did you finish your previous lecture? Must be tired now. It's 3 o'clock? Previous one? What time you finish? Okay, no problem. So, we're talking about the indifference curves analysis. I'm drawing a graph here. Oh. Okay, can you see this graph? Hello, are you there?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. So, what is this curve? You know, this one. What is this curve? Blue color one. Indifferent curve. Okay. So now you have to tell me something about indifferent curve. What is indifferent curve? Oh, what are the characteristic of the indifferent curve? So at least a few points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points.
Sloping downward, convex to the origin.
Yeah, sloping downward, convex to Georgian. It's indicating that. It's indicating. So, what is the slope actually? Slope, we call it, another name we give. Slope is
MRS.
MRS. What is MRS? The marginal
Rate of
substitution.
marginal rate of substitution. What does it mean? What does it mean? So I'm asking this question to make familiar those concepts to you. What does it mean? Marginal rate of substitution. When we come down towards, starting from A towards B, what is actually happening to MRS? If you forget MRS, it is just a slope. If you come down along an indifferent curve, what is happening to the slope? Even by looking at the curve, you can tell.
Slope decreases.
Yeah, it is decreasing. So, decreasing MRS, we gave a name. So, economically, normally we are not called decreasing MRS, but even if you are using the word decreasing, it's okay. But the proper word in economics, again, is starting from D.
Diminishing.
Yeah, that is the word. Diminishing marginal rate of substitution. You know, the rate at which one good can be substituted for another while maintaining the utility level same. That is correct. Another feature, what you can say about the point A and B? Both A and B on the same indifferent curve. Which point that you like actually? Without asking this basic question, I could have started this session, but I didn't feel that. So, which point you like to be on, A or B?
A. Both are same.
Yeah. Both are same in terms of the level of satisfaction that we get. That's why we name this one as indifferent curve. Be indifferent, right? Whatever the point which lies exactly on the same indifferent curve, consumer is in indifferent. A and B same. A equal to B. B equal to C. So, therefore, you can come to this conclusion as well. So, A is equal to C. All the points are on the same indifferent curve. That's why we call it as indifferent curve. So, in terms of utility or the satisfaction that you are gaining is same, any point. Therefore, consumer is indifferent between any two pair of fluids. Okay? So, what you can say about this tangency point?
Equilibrium.
Equilibrium. So, name this curve as well. What is this? The straight line. What is this BL?
What did your production?
Sorry?
Income.
Budget line.
Budget line. That's why I put BL, budget line. So, at the equilibrium here, budget line is just touching the indifferent curve. So, we naming this point as an equilibrium or utility maximizing point. So, that we discuss about the two points that should be satisfied at the utility maximizing or equilibrium point. So what are those 2 points? Number one, at point E, technically the slope of the two curves equal. So slope of indifferent curve we already know. This is slope of indifferent curve. This is equal to what?
Px divided by Py.
Yeah, price ratio over the slope of budget line. So this one we can write down in another fashion as well. What is that? Marginal utility of x divided by marginal utility of y. So this is equal to Px over Py. So this can be rewrite in this way as well by cross multiplying these two. So then you can write mu x divided by Px equal mu y divided by Py. This is condition number one. What is 2? It should satisfy at point E.
Income equal to expenditure.
Yeah, income equal to expenditure. What is income? We denoted it as M. Expenditure is, since we have two commodities, price of X, if you multiply it by its amount of X, this is expenditure on X plus expenditure on Y. Both these conditions should satisfy at the equilibrium point. Okay. So, you know everything about the utility maximizing point now. Okay. So, these are the 2 points that you need to keep always in mind whenever you talked about utility maximization. Any question? Please ask if you have any question. Now, at the very beginning of these sessions, we discussed this one. What is this? While other factors remain constant, what is this actually? How you can explain this? What is this? This is one famous theory. What is this?
When the price goes down, demand will increase. When the price goes up, demand will increase.
Okay, so at this time that we have to assume that other factors remain
Are constant,
unchanged. So this is in economics, what is the law? This is called
Law of demand.
law of demand. So if I ask you to define what is law of demand, this is the answer. Perfectly correct answer. Law of demand. According to the law of demand, what should be the shape of the demand curve? Basically, should be downward sloping curve like this. Okay. Now, we are going to construct demand curve for a commodity with the help of indifferent curves analysis. Now pay your attention to the top panel of this graph, the upper part of the two panel graph. Okay. First consider this is your budget line, starting from 100 and ending at 100. And you indifferent curves here, 1, 2, 3 indifferent curves. Right? At the beginning, this is the first equilibrium point. Okay? So some information is given here. Px is 10. Then if the Px is 10, what is Qdx? How many units from the commodity X you would prefer to buy? According to this equilibrium point? How many units? You need to support me. 50 units. Okay? So by looking at this information, can you tell me about the consumer's income? What is consumer's income?
500.
Consumer's income is 500?
200.
200? What is consumer income at this point?
Thousands.
Yeah, 1000, because if you spend maximum income on commodity X, according to this graph, you can purchase maximum 100 units, right? 100 units of X, then 0 Y units. That is if you spend entire income on that. But at the moment, price of X is 10. You know, spending $10 or rupees per unit, if you are not spending your income on any other, so you purchase maximum of X, that is 100. To buy 100, how much you should have? 100 into 10, 1000. Okay, that is correct. What is the price of Y at this point? It's not given, what you can tell. Price
10.
of price of Y is also 10, because if you spend entire 1000 rupee income only on Y, so you can buy 100 units of Y as well. Okay, so here, so then price of Y is also 10. Now suppose, okay, so you transfer this price and quantity combination to the bottom figure. You bring price here, and this 50 you can transfer to the bottom graph. So this is one point of the demand curve. Now suppose Py remain unchanged, M, that means your income remain unchanged, but Px is reducing to what? What is new price of X? 8.
8.
Because you know it is given here, even if not given, by using this number you should be able to find it. 8. So maximum you can purchase 125. Earlier we found your income as well. So 8. So if 8, now no need to stay on the same equilibrium point as you stayed before. Now you can move on to what indifferent curve? What indifferent curve? With the new price? Higher indifferent curve. What is the indifferent curve? I name it 1, 2, 3.
2.
Now you can move on to indifferent curve 2 because higher indifferent curve reflects somewhat higher satisfaction. So therefore, you're moving into this point. So increasing the demand of the commodity X to 65 units. Right? So you transfer the 65 to the bottom figure as well. Then the price 8, this combination, this is the point. And suppose that price of X declined further to $5. That's why you purchasing maximum 200. If price declined further to 5, so you would purchase 90 at this new equilibrium point, which is on highest indifferent curve. So 90 and the price is also you can transfer to the bottom graph. Then after joining these points, so after marking this point, you can join all these points with a straight line. This is actually demand curve for commodity X. So it is downward demand. Actually, it is coming from indifferent curves analysis. This is how you can construct the demand curve with the help of indifferent curve analysis. Last time I gave this same question in the examination as well. This was my question, giving 10 marks. Explain how you can derive the demand curve for a commodity with the help of indifference curves analysis. This is the answer. Can you construct this one in case if I ask the same for this examination as well? Okay, can you construct?
Yes.
Could you tell the question again, please?
With the help of indifferent curves analysis, construct the demand curve for a commodity. So in the bottom graph it says the demand curve for commodity X. We got this curve from the information that we can taken from the previous, that we took from the top panel of this graph. That is indifferent curves. I can give maybe around 8 to 10 marks for this question. Because you have little work, so you need to construct all these things. Can you? You must be tired maybe listening to a management process and practice lecture. Yes?
Of course.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Your answer is not clear to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but no option even though I asked, because this is your choice. You are the one who decided to follow MBS. And also you want to finish this one, doing lectures only on Saturdays and Sundays. There's no way. This is the only the available option. At least we have to do 3 lectures in a day. Right. So that's why I like to talk with you more. Otherwise you will sleep. Or you can go somewhere else. If you go somewhere else, it's okay. I can't monitor your movement from here. But I gave you the question. Construct the demand curve with the help of indifferent curve. Can you do that? I think this screen you also can share, So, can somebody show it by drawing? Who can take? So, can draw it on this blank slide. Can try, anybody? Can you try on this board? I want to see. You just write, somebody. Write letter A somewhere here. Can or cannot? Are you trying? Write something on this blank slide. Yes. Supuni is doing it. Okay. So many is doing it. Now, that means you can do. Yeah. So, I'm asking, Supuni, can you draw two axes? Axis A and axis Y and X. When I ask people to add more and more curves. Supuni, in the center of this, right? Now we are going to construct the budget line and the indifferent curves and the utility maximizing point. You can use the tools, straight line, not that one, like this. For example, this much is okay. I want you to do this type of graph. Okay, so you can use the tools providing here in the tool box. Draw this line and this line like this. So I'm deleting this one and I want you to draw this one. Supuni, can you?
I'm trying, sir, but I couldn't find the tools. Yeah.
If you find pen, it is showing it, ne? Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can find.
Yeah, this the left hand corner there is a toolbox as well. I don't think whether you can use them or not. Can't, ne?
No, sir. I think we cannot. I have pen, arrow, and eraser only.
Okay, with that it is difficult. Inoka is doing. Yeah, Inoka. Can you draw these two axes? The way that I draw? Okay. So the other one as well? Yeah. Pratana is doing it. Now the two axes and label it Y and X. Anybody can do it actually. So this is collective work. I'm going to get the same graph from you. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now somebody can add budget line for this graph. Or first of all, indifferent curve, better. Indifferent curve to this one. No need to be very much nice looking one, but it is just a curve that we can understand. Indifferent curve. Yes, you started. Okay, so two guys doing it. Now, can you delete the red color one? So, okay, I'll delete the red color one. No worry. Right. Now, somebody else, can you add, maybe it's okay with a different color, budget line to this one, and the line should be touched to the indifferent curves as well. Budget line. Yes, correct. Okay, so the two people done it, so that I'm removing the yellow color one. Okay, so then this is the equilibrium point somewhere here, right? So say name this one indifferent curve 1. At this equilibrium point, you're purchasing, say, 100 unit of X, right? And here I'm naming the price of this as, say, if you do, no, okay. So rather than getting numbers, we'll put it like this. Then it is very easy. Whatever the amount, this is X1. Okay. So here, let's name this price as, at this point, Px1. When the price of X is Px1, right, you purchase X1 amount from the commodity X. This is price of X, Now say that Px1, you can put it here. I ask somebody from you, you just bring this X1 to this axis and Px and join some, the 1 point price quantity combination in the bottom panel, because we are going to construct the demand curve. I should be here like this. Then quantity is coming from top panel, both intersecting at this point. We name this point as A. Okay. Now suppose that price reduced to Px2. Price of X reduced to Px2. To reflect this lower price, other things not changing. How you can change the top panel of this graph? Income is not changing, price of Y is not changing, but price of X is reducing. How you can add a curve or change the previous graph? So there should be a new budget line. Draw it. You're trying? Then no one is trying. Okay. Right. Now, no need to stay. This is correct. Very nice. No need to stay on indifferent curve 1, because your budget line shifted or pivoted to the right. Now you have a chance to go up or go on to higher indifferent curve, which will give you higher satisfaction. Can you add the indifferent curves as well? Okay. No need to be very much nice, but whatever the way is okay. Yes, very nice. Now the equilibrium point is the tangency point. I named this one as E2, the previous one E1. This is the indifferent curve 2. Now mark the quantity here and the price also here, because definitely Px2 is smaller than Px1. Bring those information at point E2 to the bottom panel. Who can do it? Any one of you can do. Yes, Pratana, you are right. Okay. Right. So then mark those T x2 and x2. Correct. Okay. Mark this point as B. Okay, now you have 2 points. Actually, construct the curve 2 points is enough. Joining these 2 points, you can draw a demand curve. Do it. Yes. This is what I am expecting. You name this curve as demand, D. So now I am asking from everybody. Can you construct the demand curve for commodity? For a commodity with the help of indifferent curve? Can you? Yes or no? No one is speaking.
Yes.
What is your name? What is your name? Madhushani, can you do that? Sevandi, are you there? Eresha? Viraj? කවුරුත් නැහැ ක්ලාස් එකේ මට පේන්නේ. Shimrat? Sashini? Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, your Sashini.
Yes.
Sashini, can you do that one in case I ask for the examination? Can you construct this one? Because this one constructed by you all. What do you say, Sashini? Now you are traveling in a bus?
No, sir.
So there are few prisoners also in this class. You know, one is naming as 74, 69, 8. They don't have name. Number 74, can you do that? Okay, no point of wasting time. If you do that, you can get the mark. If you don't, you will not get the mark. In that way, shall I go ahead? Fill in that? Okay, so this is the proper one. You study this one. How to derive the demand curve for a commodity. Now, you know, so you know what is the law of demand. What is the law of demand? How you can explain it again? Law of demand, how you can explain?
When the when the prices increase, quantity demand decrease, and prices decrease, quantity demand is increased. When other factors are held constant.
Yes, correct. Now, why it is happening like this? If P goes up, why quantity demand should come down? If P goes down, why this one going up? What are the reason for this? We know these things happen in the market. But what is the reason for this? Or what are the reasons? Or if this is law of demand, I would say, what are the reasons for this law of demand? There are two effects. This is one, this is two. One is substitution effect. The other one is income effect. What is substitution means? Suppose that pizza price decrease. Price of pizza decrease. Then compared to the price of Domino's, and I put D for the price of Domino's. Price of Domino's and the price of pizza, right? I put P here, price of pizza. Now price of pizza reduce or decline by some amount, but price of Domino's is not changing. So for example, price of pizza now relatively lower than price of Domino's pizza. So what will happen if these things happen in the market? What will happen to the demand for pizza?
Increase.
Increase. Okay. How this increase? Because now pizza lovers would find that Domino's is relatively expensive. Therefore, some people from Domino's pizza is substituting relatively cheaper pizza, that is Pizza Hut's pizza. So because of this substitution, demand of the pizza after reducing the price is increasing. This is called substitution effect. People substitute relatively cheap commodity for relatively expensive one. If pizza price decrease, pizza demand is going up because some pizza lovers is coming to the pizza from other varieties of pizza. Okay? So these things happen in the, when setting the price of the rice, the government, not only this one, the previous government also was struggling, because if the price of rice increasing further and further, the demand for wheat flour is increasing. Why? So wheat flour become relatively cheaper compared to the rice. So therefore, rice consumers will move from rice to wheat flour. Okay, bread and other varieties which come from the wheat flour. Okay, so therefore, when you making the economic policies, that wheat flour is not producing here. So our income is going out, dollars is going out. That is not good. So have to think about these things as well. Okay, the rice and bread is substitutable. People switching the demand from expensive commodity to cheaper commodity. If single television sets become cheaper, then the abundance demand will come down, because some of the abundant consumers will move on to single television set. Okay, likewise, can give so many examples. So demand is increasing of the product. When the price comes down, the one reason for that is substitution effect. There's another effect. It is called income effect. What is income effect? Actually, this is our money income, what you mention in your salary sheet, your rupee income. Actually, rupee income, rupee amount is not the matter. Matter is this is called nominal income. Nominal. Nominal income. But this is not that important. But real income is more important. Right? If you divide the nominal income by the price level, the whole thing we refer as real income. Real income. Real income. Suppose, for example, you have 1,000 rupees with you as the income of this month. Right? So then, in the market there is only one commodity, that is X. Right? So therefore, price of X now 10. No any other commodities. So therefore, spending this 1,000 rupees, how many X units you can purchase? 100. Okay? Your real income is 100. Nominal income is 1,000. What will happen to your real income if price of X double? Because you are getting the same income as previous month, this month as well, but this month when you go to the market, you realize that price became double.
It's reduced.
It's reduced. Earlier it was 100, now it is 50. So suppose that because this tells something about your cost of living. So if 100 become 50, people may be shouting or putting pressure onto the government, right? In order to compensate this one, what people, workers, employees is asking from the government? They are asking two things. Either you need to bring the price to a previous level, 20 to 10, or else you need to increase the salary, right? Say that government is going to increase the salary by say 30%. If government increase the salary of the 30%, how much this will be? If another 30% add to this one?
1,300.
1,300. So you happy. You're getting more 300 rupees compared to the previous month. Right? So you're happy in the short term. But you didn't notice quickly this one. Earlier the price of X is 10. Now it has gone up to 20. Okay? What has actually happened to your real income?
Reduced.
To 65. But the politicians always, they are cunning. You know, they telling us only about this one. In this government, in our government, we increase the employee salary by 30%. But they are hiding this one. Right? But in the very short term, you happy. This government is good, you know, the salary increased by 30%, which is very large and blah, 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 blah. But when you go to the market, then only you realize that price has also gone up, reducing your real amount, real purchasing power from 100 to 65. But by that time, you already voted for the government. That's why all the government, almost all, increasing the salary when nearing the election. By the time people realize this one, then they are in power again. So therefore, what is most important income concept is real income, not the nominal income. Okay? So real purchasing power, in other words. So when you analyze in the economics information, you have to analyze in this way. Don't take only the income increases, but take price increases as well. Then you can position yourself, right, according to the real income. Even though income has gone up by 30%, your real income position deteriorated. It was earlier 100, now it is 65. Okay, so what is income effect is this one. Suppose, earlier I'm taking these numbers, price of X is 10, so at that time your real income is 100. Now for whatever the reason, price of X has come down to 5. So what has happened to your real income? Increased to 200. Real income has gone up. Now you can spend more on that commodity, or you can spend the same amount as before, the commodity. So you can go for some other commodities as well by increasing the satisfaction level. Because of this increase in the real income, you can buy more from commodity X. Because now your income position is much better. Okay? Because of the real income changes, demand of X is going up. This is called income effect. So, those two are the reason behind the law of demand, income and substitution effect. I think it is clear to you. If anybody is still in doubt, you can ask from me. You can clear the doubt now. So I gave some briefings as well. So substitution effect and the income effect, you can read those two. Okay. Now, this straight away looks very much tough, but it is very easy, right? So go to the blank slide. Sorry. Add one more slide here. Suppose that price of X declined by some amount. As a result, quantity demand increase by, say, for example, 100 units. Right? Within this 100 increase, there are two components. Some part of this 100 belongs to this one. What is this? Substitution effect. Because demand increased, some of the consumers from other goods came to this one, right? Because this commodity is cheaper. And some part of this increase in income is due to this factor as well. What is this? Income effect. Okay? So due to this, purchasing power changes, real income changes. Therefore, what we can understand, after the price change, there is an effect on the commodity that is called total effect or price effect. Price effect, in this case 100, right? So within this 100, some part belongs to this, maybe, for example, I don't know, say 70% due to substitution effect. So therefore, 30 is coming from income. or whatever the way, maybe 50-50, we don't know, right? Now, with the help of indifferent curves, we are going to separate this total effect or price effect exactly into substitution and income effect. So, objective is clear. Now, we are going to separate the total impact on the price, total impact of the price change on the commodity demand into substitution and income effect. Is that clear, our objective?
Yes.
Okay. Right. Now, I am drawing the curve line by line. I am asking you also take a piece of paper, draw with me, right? So, there should be, okay, so take a piece of paper and draw with me these lines. And also name these two commodities. This is commodity Y, this is commodity X, this is 0. And now suppose, I hope that you are also doing with me, our initial budget line is this one. Initial budget line. And then we taking the initial indifferent curves as well. Our initial indifferent curve we draw like this. Sorry, very tough to draw. Okay, this is much better. This is indifferent curve 1. Okay, so this is equilibrium point. We name it as E as usual. Okay, so at this point, say consumer is purchasing three units from the commodity X. Okay, you finish your graph? So we have many more steps to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you finish. Right. Now, suppose that price of Y is not changing, income is not changing, but price of X decline. So, as a result, this budget line is changing to, if price decline, in this way, right? So, budget line has pivoted to the right side, like this. This is due to price reduction of the commodity X. Constructed it? After constructing, you tell me yes. Finish, tell me.
Yes, sir.
Finish. Right. Now, do you want to stay on indifferent curve 1?
No.
No. So, because our income level has gone up, budget line pivoted to the right side. So, therefore, now you have a chance to move up onto higher indifferent curve. So, construct higher indifferent curve. This is indifferent curve 2. And this is new equilibrium point. At this new equilibrium point, suppose that consumers increase in their demand to 12. But these are numbers are hypothetical, and also I am not measuring the x-axis. Don't think about the scale. Forget about the scale. Just put the numbers. Hypothetical number. You finish this one as well. And after finishing, tell me. I want every one of you to construct this one with me, because I am going to ask the same in the examination as well. If you want to get the pass mark, this is a good chance. Finish?
Yes.
Okay. Now, so this one actually, after this price of X decline, demand has gone up by how many units? Demand increased from 3 to 12 by 9 units. So, we tell this one, this is T, total effect. So, I told you that total effect should equal to substitution effect
income effect
plus income effect. Now, we got from this graph total effect. What is the size of the total effect is 9. Okay, but we don't know how this 9 separate into SE and IE. Okay, now from the theory we know that this is your initial income, this is the price of X. If price of X decline, you know what has happened to your real money income? It has gone up. That's why you're purchasing more. Okay, clear? So your income is say 1000. Now the price of X is 10. So you are purchasing 100 units. Now the price, new price is 5. So your real income, or you can purchase now 200 units. So that's why demand has increased to 3 to 12. Okay, so far?
Okay.
Right. Now, I'm going to do something, strange thing for you. Okay. I don't want to allow you to, right, enjoy this higher real income. Earlier your real income 100, now it's increased to 200. Okay? I don't want to allow you to enjoy this one. In fact, I do want to push you back into your previous real income position. Right? I want to push you back onto your previous income position. So, I don't want to harm you, because only thing that at least I am putting you on the previous highest satisfaction level. Right? Only thing that I am doing, I don't allow you to enjoy this one. So how I can push you back onto your previous real income position? I can't change the market price. I can't change your income. But I can do this one. Right? Imagine, I'm going to take, right, 500 rupee each from your purse. 500 rupee each. I'm taking some money from you. Now you have 1000 rupees. Out of that, I am taking 500 each. Now how much you remaining with you? After I took 500, by force I am taking, imagine. I am taking every one of you 500. Now then how much remaining you to spend on X? 500. So then you have 500, price of X is also 5. So then your real income position again became 100. Okay? So this is a kind of a story. I am taking 500. Right? Later on we forget it. This is to make understanding, give clear understanding. I am taking this. I am taking 500. So I push you back onto your previous real income position. So that's mean by 500 your income has gone down now. Your money income has gone down by 500. If your money income goes down, what will happen to your budget line? Earlier we studied this one, right? Suppose that this is your budget line. If income reduce, what will happen to this one? After reducing the income, budget line, what will happen? After increasing the income, after decreasing the income, you know what has happened to the budget line?
Move to left.
Yeah, if income reduce, budget line is parallelly shifting to the left. If income increase, budget line is parallelly shifting to the right. Okay, our current budget line is this blue color one, right? Then what I did, I took some money from you. As a result, this budget line should shift towards the origin in a parallel fashion, right? Left. Because I got some money from you. So therefore, keep your ruler on this blue color budget line, and in a parallel fashion, I can show this one by doing it, right? Keep your ruler on the blue color budget line and then shift it gradually towards the origin. I hope that you can do this one. Then the budget line is start shifting in a parallel fashion towards left. So there will be new budget line like this after shifting. You have to do this shifting until it get touched the previous indifferent curve. So in my graph, it is touching here at point E2. So this budget line blue color one shifted to the left. Why it is shifted? Why it is shifted? What is the reason? You tell.
Income.
Because I got some money from you. Right? So after I getting money from you, you can't stay on indifferent curve too. So because budget line is shifting. Now you moving back onto your previous indifferent curve. That's why I'm saying I'm not harming you. At least I am allowing you to enjoy your previous level. Okay? I leave some money to enjoy your previous satisfaction. That's why I took only 500. So, after getting money, you falling back onto E2. At E2, right? So, this is your consumption, 8. You mark this one as well, shifted budget line and the quantity. You mark point E2 and after the shift in the budget line, then mark the quantity as well. After drawing these things, you tell me. Finish?
Yes, Professor.
Finish. Finish, tell me.
Yes.
Yes.
Done, eh? Now, what happened? I got some money from you, 500. Now I am going to give you the amount I have taken before. That means 500 I am going to give you back. Okay? If I give this 500 back to you, what will happen to your equilibrium position? What is your equilibrium position? If I give this money back to you?
Move up, move to right.
Equilibrium point we have name. You just tell me the point. Budget line is shifting to the right again.
E1.
E1. Okay, so budget line black color one is shifting back to the blue color one and the equilibrium point will be E1. At E1, I'm taking 500 again. What will happen? At E1, I'm taking 500 again.
Again it will move back to
Again, you are moving on to
E2.
previous.
At E2, if I give this money back to you,
Again E1.
okay. Now you are realizing that the movement between the point E1 and E2 is totally depending on the amount of money income, right? If I took money, you are coming back to E2. If I give this money back to you, you will move on to E1. So therefore, movement between E1 to E2 or E2 to E1 is purely depending on income factor. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So this is income effect.
4 units.
How many units that now? 8 to 12 is
1 unit.
income effect. It is 4.
Balance. Substitute.
Balance is substitution effect. right? Substitution effect always lie in one indifferent curve, E to E2. 3 to 8 is substitution effect, that is 5. 8 to 12 is income effect, that is 4. The total effect is 9. Okay? Because income effect is positive here, positive 4. What does it mean? Positive income effect means with the increases of your income, you will purchase more from that particular goods. Right? With the income, you purchasing more from that good. Maybe luxuries and maybe necessary products. Right? With the income increases, you compelled to buy little more. So those are called either normal or luxury goods. Right? If the income effect is very much big, those are luxury goods. For income effect is positive but a small, necessary good. Suppose that, for example, your income suddenly double, right? Your rice consumption will not double because it is necessary, normal commodity. Your rice consumption, of course, will increase slightly, even if your income double. But your income double. Think about the purchasing of the jewelries or the electronic items or, this luxurious sort of product. You will spend more out of that increased income on those products. Not sugar, not rice, not salt, not coconut oil, not vegetable. Because those are necessary, normal commodity. But in fact, you will spend them on ready-made garment, jewelry, shoes. Those are not luxury, but is having more pairs of shoes is okay, right? Ready-made garment, jewelries, right? So you will purchase more from those, and electronic items to your kitchen, so more, right? So therefore, those are normal or luxury commodities if income effect is positive. Substitution effect is always positive. It can be shown moving one point to another on the same indifferent curve. Between the two indifferent curve is income effect. Okay. Now with you or with me, you also constructed the same graph. Now go to the given graph. Okay. Pay attention to the first graph. Can you understand now? The same graph I construct. Okay. Now I am asking some question. You answer me. Okay. I am asking the question from this graph. This one. Okay. What is initial budget line? It has name, therefore you can tell.
AD as well.
AB, not AD, AB. Right? So what is initial equilibrium point?
E.
E. At initial equilibrium point, how much from the commodity X that consumer would like to purchase?
3.
3 units. Okay. Now suppose price of Y is not changing, your money income is not changing, but price of X declining. Then what will happen to the AB budget line?
AD, yeah.
It's pivoting to the right side to AD. So now you have the higher budget line. So therefore no need to stay on indifferent curve 1. Because we learned that higher indifferent curves giving us higher satisfaction. Now you can move on to what? Use the terms indifferent curve 2. So new equilibrium point? Point F. There the consumer would like to purchase how many units?
12.
12. Then the total increase in the demand, how much? 3 to 12. I also use the same numbers, right?
9.
9. So that is called total effect of the price change or price decrease. It is mentioning here, right? So number 9 here. Can you notice this one?
Yes.
Yes. Now, this is the, gimmicks I did to separate the income effect. I just assume you to this hypothesis. So somebody is taking some amount of money. Or in fact, I am taking, you imagine that lecturer is taking some amount of money. Because why? Lecturer doesn't want you to enjoy this increased real income. Right? In fact, he wants to allow or put you back onto the initial position, initial indifferent curve. Okay? So therefore, assume that he has taken some money amount. You can create some story, right? So then, after I taking some amount of money, what will happen to AD?
Shifting to left.
Shifting to left to what?
L is
L is a. So you need to shift the AD backwards until it get touch with
To the indifferent curve 1.
previous indifferent curve 1. Therefore, point E and G both are on the same indifferent curve. What does it mean? Because we learned that each and every point on the same indifferent curve gives same level of satisfaction to the consumer. Okay? So therefore, even though I got some money, I'm allowing you to enjoy the same previous satisfaction. Now the different point at G. Okay? There you purchase how many X?
8.
8. Now the story is different. If I give this money back to you, you will be move on to F. If I take this money back again,
8.
G. So the movement from G to F or F to G is depending on these changes of income. So therefore, can you notice this one? It's mentioned here putting arrow as well. This part is I. It is called income. Income effect 8 to 12. Clear?
Yes.
So
Yes, sir.
it is 4, 8 to 12. It's mentioned here. And the balance is S. Substitution effect. It is 5. Substitution effect is along the same indifferent curve between the 2 points, and this is substitution. And income effect between the indifferent curves. This is income effect. Okay, for normal commodity. Okay. Now you know how to separate the two with total effect into a substitution and income effect for a normal good. For a normal good. Now I am asking question. If I ask you to do this one in the examination, see whether you can do it or not. I am asking you, right? If a price of a normal good reduce, price of a normal good reduce, right? How you can separate the total price effect into income and substitution effect? Explain your answer with the help of a suitable graph. I repeat the question. If the price of a normal good reduce, separate the total effect into substitution and income effect with the help of suitable graph. That means I'm asking you to construct this graph and explain the process what has happened. Can you do that? For this type of question, I can give maybe 10, 12 marks, big amount. Can you?
Yeah.
Because you should be able to, because you now constructed the same graph with me, right? And now come to this one, inferior good case. Okay. So how can you initially define inferior good? So what do you mean by inferior good?
In the income
When the
increase,
income is increased, this type
Demand of-
inferior demand of
Demand
the
of that
inferior
particular commodity is coming down because consumers now feeling that with the higher level of income they can go for some other commodity instead of the previous one. So the previous one becomes inferior for them. Income double වුණාම නාඩු rice කන්න බාස්මති වලට යනවා. එතකොට නාඩු rice so become inferior to you. Now for majority of the people in Sri Lanka, නාඩු rice became what? Inferior?
no.
No. Then? It has suddenly become what type of commodity? Luxury. Yes. Right? If income increase, because government promised to increase the salaries of the employees by considerable amount. If income increase,
It will
people
become
would not
inferior.
go for Nadu, then they can go for some maybe Kiri Samba, which they feel the superior, or at least Basmati. Then what happened to the Nadu Samba? So Nadu becomes suddenly inferior. Okay, it is related to your income level. Otherwise, we can't say the Nadu is inferior. For some people, for high income people, Nadu may be inferior, but for majority, still this is superior. Okay, so this is how we can define the commodity. Otherwise, we can't name the commodity. So no one can say that Maruti Suzuki is inferior. Maybe those who can spend, 30-40 million or even more than that on BMW, for those people, Maruti may be inferior, right? But the lower income, the people, those making 100,000 or 150,000 per month, Maruti Suzuki is still superior, very good car. Okay? Right. Let's separate income and substitution effect for an inferior good. Right? The set of curve is same as before. What is initial indifferent curve? Now I am talking about this one. Initial budget line I am asking from you. What is initial budget line?
A and B.
A, B. Initial equilibrium point?
E.
E, which is on the indifferent curve 1. Now the same thing as before it's happening. Suppose that price of X decline. Then what happened?
Budget line will be AD.
Budget line changing to the AD. Then no need to stay on indifferent curve 1, which is lower indifferent curve. Now you have the chance to move up or higher indifferent curve. So you're finding higher indifferent curve where?
2.
Indifferent curve 2. Then your equilibrium position change to
F.
F. There you purchasing how many units?
6.
6.
6 units. Okay. Now your real income position has gone up because of this price reduction. Same thing, as I explained before, I'm taking some amount of money because I want to push you back onto the initial indifferent curve. Right? So therefore I'm taking some amount of money. If I take some money from you, what will happen to this AD budget line?
Shift to the left.
Shifting to the left. So till what level that you need to shift that hypothetical budget line? LZ is hypothetical budget line. Till what level?
Indifferent curve.
Until it get touched with initial indifferent curve. It is touching with the initial indifferent curve means I am allowing you to enjoy at least your previous level of satisfaction. Because G is as point E on the same indifferent curve. Okay. So at point G, how many units you would like to purchase?
8.
8. If I give this money back to you, so you will move to point F, right? There you like to purchase how many units?
6.
6. With this additional money, what has happened?
It's to 8.
Demand of this commodity decreased by some amount. You look at the arrow, this one. Okay? Reducing by how many units?
2 units.
2. So that's why it's put -2 here. Okay? As before, substitution effect is positive from E to G. It is 5. So, out of this 5, 2 cancelled out by this negative income effect. Therefore, total effect is 3. 3 to 6. Okay? So, for inferior good, income effect is negative. Okay? Income effect is negative. Okay, if I change slightly my question, separate the income and the substitution effect if the price decline of an inferior commodity. Because last time I gave this one, if I give this one in this time, can you manage? How to separate income and the substitution effect of an inferior good? Okay, can manage? I'm allocating maybe 10 or 12 for this one.
Yes, okay.
If you can successfully manage, you can reduce the examination pressure in a big way. Okay, so whether the normal goods or the inferior goods, irrespective to the type of the goods, in other words, what you can say about the substitution effect? This one. Positive. Okay? Substitution effect, whatever the commodity is positive. But we can categorize the commodity like luxury, normal or inferior only because of income effect. Okay? I think it is very clear because I believe that I taught this to you in a very simple manner. What do you feel? You agree with me?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Don't say yes to make me happy, right? ඕගොල්ලෝ මාව සතුටු කරලා වැඩක් නැහැ ඕගොල්ලන්ට. ඇත්තම කියන්නේ.
Also, it's clear.
Right, good. Thank you. Right. So, the last slide, this one. Suppose that, these things already deleted, right? So I gave this table without these. Okay. So then I am asking you to fill these. Okay. So you can make this the same chart in a separate paper when you study this one and see whether you can get the same answer for each and every of these cells. Right? Now price of X decreases. This is the impact. Price, this is what happened in the market. Price of X decreases. If price of X decreases and if it is a normal commodity, what is about the substitution effect? Because of substitution effect, what will happen to the demand of X? You remember that? E to G in the previous graph, budget line. So, and the indifferent curve. At E, we put 3 here, at G, maybe 8 or something, We got the 5 here. as substitution effect. So 3 to 8, demand of X rises or increased. Got it? So you should be able to understand this one. If the price of X decreases, the commodity is normal, what you can say about the substitution effect? So what is the substitution effect? So as a result, X is increasing. And what will happen according to the income effect? X is rises. If it is inferior good, what can you say about the substitution effect? Still rises. I told you, irrespective to the type of commodity, substitution effect is always positive, right? Then if the inferior good case, what is income effect? Negative. That means demand of X falls by some amount. And if price increases, the other way around, right? You should be able to draw a construct the graph the other way around as well. If price increase, right, to what direction the curve is changing? Try to sketch and fill those. Okay, clear? The homework? Clear? So you have to do this homework, then you will get the very much familiar of these topics, right? Yes. So I'm going to stop today's class a little bit earlier because this is enough, maybe 30 minutes earlier. I will catch up this time in one of the future lectures. So because this topic is also finished, so this is not good time to start with the new topic, right? This is the very, very latter part of the 2 days session, and you also must tired now. So therefore, I hope that you enjoy this lecture. I believe, I don't know what you believe, I believe